This way it's a little bit more.
Please rise for a silent reflection and a salute to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I was just told that the mayor's not feeling well, so I hope she recovers quickly. I need a roll call.
Mayor Enright, absent. Councilman Brennan?
Here.
Councilwoman Cynthia?
Here.
Councilman Diver?
Here.
Councilwoman King?
Here.
Councilman Maccanico?
Here.
Councilman Borbeck?
Here.
This meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Law. Notice of this meeting was included in a list of meetings sent to the CoStar and Asbury Park Press, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building and on the borough website. Need a motion to approve agenda?
I'll make the motion.
Does that motion is to add the motion to amend first?
We got
Before
a
we approve, we
motion
gotta
and a
amend.
second?
Yes, we have a motion second.
Yes, Mr. Maccanico, I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda, the consent agenda, to add raffle number 77-2011. It's a Rotary Club of Spring Lake Riel calendar raffle.
Can we include that in the consent agenda? Now do we need the
Second, right?
second?
Okay.
And roll call.
Councilman Brennan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia? Yes. Councilman Diver?
Yes.
Councilwoman King?
Yes.
Councilman Maccanico?
Yes.
Councilman Borbeck?
Yes.
And now we need a motion to approve the amended agenda.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Councilman Brennan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia?
Yes.
Councilman Diver?
Yes.
Councilwoman King?
Yes.
Councilman Maccanico?
Yes.
Councilman Borbeck?
Yes.
On minutes of previous meeting, we need a motion to approve minutes of August 29th, 2011. That was a special meeting. September 12th, 2011. That was an executive session. And September 12th, 2011, regular session.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Any questions on those?
Just that, I note that I was absent on a couple of those meetings, a couple of the executive sessions, so I don't feel comfortable necessarily voting for each of these. You know what I'll do? I'll just abstain on the whole thing.
Roll call.
Councilman Brennan?
Abstain.
Councilwoman Cynthia?
Yes.
Councilman Diver?
Yes.
Councilwoman King?
I just realized that I was not here on September the 12th. Even though I've read these minutes, I'm not so sure that I should really have seconded this motion.
You can second, you just don't have to vote for
There's
it.
no vote.
You just abstain.
I'll abstain.
Councilman Maccanico?
Yes.
Councilman Borbeck?
Yes.
Thank you. Next item is committee reports. Mr. Brennan,
No, nothing.
Councilwoman Cindy.
I would like to comment that the borough met with the fire company. It was a very good, productive meeting, very positive. We're hopeful to have an agreement relatively soon, hopefully next week, and go forward from there with dealing with the fire company directly, the borough directly with the fire company.
Thank you. Mr. Diver.
Nothing at this time.
Councilwoman King.
Nothing at this time.
And I have nothing at this time. Councilman Borbeck.
Nothing.
This is a portion of the meeting where first voice of the public, you may speak on anything. Need a motion to,
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
and if anyone would like to,
Ryan Rendell, 728 Wall Road. Back in the spring, we were supposed to get Highway 71 done, and it was postponed until the fall. Is there any new word on that?
Do we have any word on it, John?
That's the state, that's nothing.
State.
It's a county.
That's a county
Well,
road.
71 is the state highway.
State highway.
It's crossed by a couple of county roads, but 71 is the state highway.
But we have no word that it's coming up yet?
You know, the mayor would know, Brian, but
Yeah.
he's not here.
Engineers probably might know too, because they do a lot of pre-meetings on that, but.
I was also down at the recycling center, and I see that it's starting to change a little. And you have an agreement with Seegert for a roll-off truck? Is that a
Yes, we do.
temporary agreement?
No, that's not a temporary agreement.
Because the roll-off truck is a truck that the town could use. You know, you have at least a half a dozen roll-offs there. You know, a roll-off, an empty container can also be used as a dump truck. You know, you were talking about getting a dump truck. This could be a truck that has more than one use. It could also get a snowplow put on it. You know, it could get a box put on the back and tow the chipper around, and the garbage trucks don't have to be used for chippers. So that's something that, you know, with the purchasing coming up, is actually something the town could use in more than one way. And then one other thought with the fire department. This might send them off, but those trucks are underutilized. They could have plows on them, and they could be rolling when it's snowing. Those trucks are heavy enough, it's not gonna wear the trucks out. Trucks don't wear out from use, they wear out from obsolescence. But,
So,
I know they usually have a practice of going and doing all they dig out all the fire hydrants. And there's a lot of fire hydrants down, they do use the trucks to do that. In most
Really,
towns.
do they?
They go out in the trucks and they dig out the fire hydrants,
Hey,
so.
listen, now's the time, we gotta do more with less, you
Right.
know? So if we can put a plow on it and
those trucks
use
are
it,
underutilized.
I'm completely,
But
100%
I can do it
behind.
now.
Thank you, Mr. Brendel.
But they do tend to roll, that's why, they dig.
anyone else?
Hi, Council.mp4 with 510. I was here last week, and I was just wondering if there was any feedback regarding the continued work on 10th Avenue, turning on Park Avenue. I haven't heard anything from the mayor or anybody else. A couple people weren't here.
She may have the information, she probably talked to the engineer.
The mayor may have it, but she's out.
Okay. The second thing, and I would just invite all of you, some of you do live in the area, they've started doing a little bit more work onto 10th Avenue. And it's a shame because the work on Park Avenue is beautiful. It looks fantastic, what they've done so far. And turning the corner to 10th Avenue, there's going to be a new curb on the east side of the street and a 1 foot, maybe 1.5 foot patch of blacktop. Not new blacktop like the rest of the street. In addition to the cutouts that New Jersey Natural Gas has done in the last week and a half. So you have a over $300,000 beautiful project that looks fantastic, and then continued problems on the 10th Avenue, and it's a shame. That
Yeah,
so I would invite all of you, you know, next week to just to drive by to see, because they are moving rather rapidly. So it's just a shame.
I did notice it when I was out today, this past weekend.
Right.
I spoke
And
with
that's
your
along,
wife, I
that's
spoke with
along
your
with
wife
part
as
of the
well.
plans that were changed,
Yeah.
that we didn't have the additional meeting about. But it's just a shame, because that whole part, it looks great, Park Avenue looks beautiful, I think the sidewalk's great, eventually the blacktop's gonna look great. But they're all, where they put that ditch and put the new pipe in, that's all they're resurfacing, is right there.
So it's just all patchwork.
It's all patchwork, plus we have additional patchwork, and you guys might also from New Jersey Natural Gas, I mean, you know, a lot of people are gonna have that. But it just so happens there's a bunch of that on 10th Avenue as well, so. It's a shame, because it's very patchwork, and then you have this beautiful over $300,000 project, so.
It looks- yeah.
The other thing, and I just don't know, the streetlight's out on the corner of 10th and Park. I don't know who I call about that, or
It's
the
JCP&L.
There's a number.
JCP&L, yeah, we can call.
you guys call, okay.
Yeah, you can take care of
And
it.
then, I've lived here for 11 years, not once have I seen the fire department dig out the fire hydrant. I've done it every single time, so.
You know?
Me too. I dig out mine all the time.
So, I don't mind doing it, because, you know, if we ever need it, I want to open, but I've never seen them come around doing that, so, to back up what he said about the fire.
Well, now that I know they're gonna put a plow on that truck, I think.
So, but I do invite you guys to take a look at it. Everything looks great, but, you know, we're still having some problems on that street there, so. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Jack Crippen, 564 Atlantic Avenue. I just had a couple of questions, mainly for the clerk, that in view of Judge Lawson's ruling last Friday, did the Environmental Commission notifications get done? I see it is on the board in the hall.
What's on the board was also put in the paper. It'll be in October 27th, Co-Star and Asbury Park Press.
Wonderful, thank you very much. And that, since we're gonna get underway, there's gonna be a lot of catch-up. Where's the mail? Was it processed? Was it thrown away? There should be 10 months of Environmental Commission mail someplace.
I can't answer that. I'll have to look for where it might be. I don't really know.
Okay, because I used to have a basket in there, so right above Public Works, so I would appreciate. And I wanted to ask, I guess, Mr. Difford, you and Mr. Maccanico are Parks and Recreation. Would it be possible for the Environmental Commission to liaise with that committee, since much of the work that we do anyway has got to do with parks? And I suspect there's going to be some issues that are going to need to get some answers to them and get the ball rolling. So just to cut through anything that looks like it's going to take time, would I be able to reach out to you gentlemen to
Sure,
on that
absolutely.
and cut through it? One more thing. I understand from my attorney that a uniformed patrolman was sent in a patrol car to his office out on Route 34 in Farmingdale to deliver some sort of legal paper that didn't come from the borough attorney, but that my attorney had already received by UPS overnight the same day. I mean, does anybody know who went out, or why would we pay a cop to be a courier to deliver something that was already delivered?
And where's the attorney?
He's on Route 34 in Farmingdale, out by the New Jersey Natural Gas Company.
Are you aware of this?
I had the police officer deliver mine also, to my house in Lowell. It was an unmarked car, at least. It was a uniformed officer.
Delivering what exactly?
It was the mayor's.
I was away last
It was
week.
the mayor's pro se submission to the court.
I sent an email today requesting.
Who prepared
The
it?
mayor,
Prepared
well,
by who?
I sent an email today, I found out about it today, I sent an email today to the mayor, finding out why it is that she's using the police as personal couriers, and I have not received a response back.
Wait, are you telling me that the mayor used a public employee on the public's dime, using the public's automobiles to deliver a personal?
I don't know that to be true, I only know what I heard. I sent an email requesting clarification, I never received a response.
guess we know why the mayor's
She's not
not
here
here.
tonight.
Well, I do know
That's outrageous.
from my attorney, he said that his receptionist came in looking a little taken aback with a package. He said there's.
Well, why couldn't this have been
police-
sent overnight mail? I mean,
Well, it was, they
It
did
was.
that too.
I got it twice.
We were,
And who paid for the overnight mail? I suppose the town did again?
it's me.
And I don't think the individual involved as far as from the police office, I mean, I don't know, I haven't spoken with that individual, but I don't believe that they knew what it was that they were
What they're living.
delivering, yeah. So they didn't realize it wasn't anything other than official
An
business.
official
It's the
business.
same way I get my package, it's the same envelope.
But they were charged with delivering a personal item.
Well, we don't know that, Rich. Amen.
Sure seems
Well,
that way.
John, Lane, correct me if I'm wrong, but pro se is something that you're doing on your own.
Correct.
And if you're doing legal work on your own, I certainly would think that you would have to bear the cost on your own.
I think that should be investigated.
Okay, I just wanted to check. Thank you very much.
And I do have a question, as long as Ms. Crippen is here. I did check the 2 bulletin boards, Mr. Lane, when I came in tonight. I noticed that the bulletin board right outside the court door here does have the 2 meetings posted, but the bulletin board across on the other side of the hall that has all the committees and all the chairmen, Ms. Crippen's name is missing, and I thought that was part of
The stipulation?
the
Well,
stipulation.
the publishing the meetings was stipulated, but I mean, if that's what every other notice has the chair on it, then it probably should all be uniform.
Yeah, all the other
It wasn't
chairs,
part of this specifically stipulation, it was just publishing meeting dates.
well, all the other chairs are there.
What you mean, you
I
can
think-
take care of that.
She'll add that, I was gonna talk to her at the end, that's.
Okay,
Okay, thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
you're welcome.
Anyone else like to speak? Seeing no hands, I need a motion to close the public portion.
Make that motion?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Bye.
Unfinished business, new business. An ordinance here. Ordinance, I think, Janine, you have to read the ordinance title to that.
Title's long enough on this one.
The title is quite.
Ordinance 20-2011, an ordinance amending and supplementing ordinance number 7-2002, entitled, "An Ordinance Amending and Supplementing the Revised General Ordinance of the Borough of Spring Lake Heights, County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, adopted on August 26, 2002, in order to create and establish an emergency services volunteer length of service awards program, LoSAP in parentheses, in the Borough of Spring Lake Heights pursuant to P.L. 1997, C388, NJSA 40A:14-183, et sec. For the Spring Lake First Aid Squad under and in accordance with an interlocal agreement between the Borough of Spring Lake Heights and the Borough of Spring Lake adopted on February 10th, 2003.
Could you repeat that backwards?
Motion to introduce and advertise in accordance with the law.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Need a roll call?
We're going to discussion?
Oh, I'm sorry, Tom, thank you. Discussion.
Tom, are you curious what this is?
Yeah.
We have a volunteer first aid that we share with the Spring Lake. Back in 1990, back in 2003, when I was on the council previously, we adopted LoSAP, which is Length of Service Awards for the first aid. And this is just an amendment to that.
I understand.
And this is just for introduction purposes.
Yeah. Well, I do have a question. So if somebody leaves, let's say somebody's a volunteer, which is commendable, they leave and have to come back. Maybe they have family issues or something like that they have to take care of. How's that going to impact that? They're just going to lose any
That's right.
service time they have, right?
That's right.
All right, just want to be clear on that.
I share your concern, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, I'd like to get some answers from Spring Lake on that.
Well, I think the situation is that we just said we're adopting this because they've adopted it. So they've, to some extent, they've made the policy decision and we're interlocal with it. So we're sort of stuck with affirming it or going on our own. You can ask questions and I think that's.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know their answer to that.
Well, I mean, this is just for introduction. so
Sure, yeah, we could
answer-
introduce it, sure. I'd like to get some more information though, if we, somebody
Yeah.
wrestle it out.
Roll call?
Councilman Brennan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia,
Yes.
Councilman Diver,
Yes.
Councilwoman King,
Yes.
Councilman Maccanico,
Yes.
Councilman Borba.
Yeah,
I need a motion to set the public hearing for, what is the date here?
I'm sorry,
November 14th.
November 14th, okay, November 14th, 2011.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call?
Councilman Brennan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia,
Yes.
Councilman Diver,
Yes.
Councilwoman King,
Yes.
Councilman Maccanico,
Yes.
Councilman Borba.
yes.
Next item is the consent agenda. Is everyone okay with the consent agenda? We also have the new raffle 77 2011, that's the Rotary Club.
I'll make a motion that we accept it.
Roll call?
Councilman Brennan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia,
Yes.
Councilman Diver,
Yes.
Councilwoman King,
Yes.
Councilman Maccanico.
Yes.
Councilman Borba.
Yes.
Thank you. It's time to second voice of the public for new business. If anyone would like to speak on that, they may rise.
We need a motion.
I need,
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Seeing no hands, we need a motion to close.
I'll make it.
I'll second it.
Yeah, exactly.
What she said.
Correct.
All in favor?
Pick one.
I got it, we're good.
Okay. Financial resolutions, need a motion to move bills to the finance committee.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Councilman Brennan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia?
Yes.
Councilman Diver?
Yes.
Councilwoman King?
Yes.
Councilman Mechanical?
Yes.
Councilman Borbeck?
Yes.
Thank you. I need a motion to draw the voucher warrants.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Brennan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cynthia?
Yes.
Councilman Diver?
Yes.
Councilwoman King?
Yes.
Councilman Mechanical?
Yes.
Councilman Borbeck?
Thank you. And last thing on the agenda is adjournment at 8:22. Need a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hey, Butch,
Thank you.
that's a record.